Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy who's sick with it. No, for real, I'm still fucking sick. Please kill me. But today I wanted to give you guys sort of a 1 month update and kind of share my progress with you guys thus far in MapleStory2. If you guys have purchased the Founders Pack, you guys would have been playing MapleStory for a little bit over a month, and even if you didn't purchase it, then you're still coming up on your 1 month anniversary, so to say. So without further ado, as you can see, I obviously have 4 characters that are doing their own thing, and I'm working on a 5th. This should be done hopefully by the end of today. But I only really do hard dungeons on my archer, which is my main, on my knight, who's I would consider my second main, and my rune blader. I don't necessarily like rune bladers too much, but I like them a lot more than berserks. Berserks just have too much of a linear and simple playstyle, I guess. I've tried several different builds and it just doesn't seem too fun and interactive for me, so I don't really run hard dungeons on this at all. I don't have the gear score up to hard dungeons. I was only doing normal dungeons on this to get money from equips drops, and so my berserk was pretty much a normal dungeon mule. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. I was really excited for berserkers because they're dark themed, and for those of you guys that know anything about me, I love the dark theme and dark look and stuff like that. But they're just not doing it. Hopefully the Awakening can change my opinion on that. But yeah, pretty much just running dungeons on my rune blader, my squire, my knight, and my archer. So let's dive into my archer since it is my main. And we're in my little house. So the first thing we'll take a look at is, you know what, Veracant, aka Magnus, you're dismissed. We'll go ahead and take a look at my equips, and I'll kind of share some information, some backstory with you guys on how I got these equips. So for the Veracant horns, I actually had to buy these before the double drop event. I bought them for 3 or 4 mil under the normal price. I got them for 31 mil. Someone smegged that they're selling them for 33, and you know, obviously you could, you know, haggle and try and get a closer price to what you wanted. I wanted to get it for 30, but the lowest you would go to is 31 mil, so completely fine. Still got a couple mil off of the regular black market price. Of course, now horns are more around, I think, 16 mil. Nope, it's Veracant. Yeah, these are more around 14.6 mil, so I overpaid in the long run, but they've been putting in work for me since I purchased them, so I'm fine with the purchase. Next, we have my Absolute pendant. I'm thinking about getting a Kandura's pendant, but those are still very expensive, even with the double drop. I think it's because everyone's only doing the Lubelisk for some reason. I'm not sure why. I have fun doing all the dungeons, except for Fire Dragon and Balrog. Those two are kind of played out, but yeah, so I'm thinking of getting the Kanduras. There's some reasons behind why I might not want to do that. One of them being I could get socket slots unlocked with this pendant, whereas with the Kandura's pendant, you can't really get socket slots unless you have multiple of them for some reason. So yeah, I'm thinking of sticking with this, especially since I have a little bit of boss, a little bit of attack speed. It's not like it's the worst thing. If I could get one that has piercing, I do have a lot of fragments for it. Let me see here. Yeah, I could make about 10 of these. Not 10, but like about 7 maybe. I can make 7 more of them, so I could test and see if I could get a better potential or bonus attribute one, and then go from there, whether I should get the Kanduras or not. But for now, I'm rocking with this Absolute pendant. Next up, we have my shirt. Nothing special, just has 4 accuracy, and I wanted a little bit more gear score, so I went ahead and +9'd it. Pants, same deal. Gives me 9 physical attack. Nothing special. I'm not worried too much about these because the first Chaos Dungeon, the easiest Chaos Dungeon, so to say, it gives head. It gives the headgear, the top wear, and the bottom, so your pants. So I'm not too worried about these two. I'm not sure how good the legendary stuff is going to be, whether it's going to be better than Veracant's horns or not. So might be replacing my Veracant's horns as well, but for sure going to be replacing the top and bottom. So I'm not too worried about getting good potentials or good bonus attributes on these two. Next up, we have my wings. I did have to purchase these as well. I purchased them for 31 mil again. Again, it was about 3-4 mil under market price, so I got them for a pretty good deal at the time. Of course, now they're still at 30 mil, so that's pretty good. Pretty curious as to why these haven't really dropped in price, to be honest. But hey, better for me. It means I didn't really lose out when I bought it for the price that I did. I only overpaid by 2 mil at this point. So yeah, really happy with this purchase. Next up, we have my plus 15 MSL Onyx bow. First thing you'll notice is the bonus attributes aren't necessarily what they should be. They're still pretty decent, but they're not what they should be, and there's a little bit of backstory to that. So if you take a look in my inventory over here, you'll see I have a plus 10 MapleGoth Warrior bow. The bonus attributes on this are near perfect. They're 0.2% off piercing, away from being perfect. So this bow is really good, and it's an extremely high roll bow, just like my MSL Onyx one. You could tell by how much bonus base weapon attack it gives. But yeah, so this bow has been super unlucky, my MapleGoth one. I want to make a separate video on it regarding my MSL one and my MapleGoth bow, but to give you guys a quick rundown, I failed getting this bow to plus 11 times in total. So I gave up on this bow, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna start upgrading, you know, the best bow I have for other like versions, so to say, like the Onyx one and then the Ancient Rune. So yeah, I just went with the best one that I had at the time, which was this one. And again, it's still decent bonus attributes, but to not have that piercing kind of sucks. But it's plus 15, so that makes up for it, and it's a really high rolled bow. So yeah, it's not bad. This bow is actually super lucky, but I'll make a video on that because I recorded me getting this bow from plus 0 to plus 15. So you guys will see that in a future upload very shortly after this video goes live. So that's my plus 15 bow. The difference between having your weapon at plus 13 and plus 15 is absolutely massive. Just those two levels, so to say, alone give you like 500 or 600 gear score and the similar amount of attack, if not more. Something I do want to point out though, which I never knew prior to getting my weapon to plus 15, is that it gives you this this really cool effect, the little flame effect. That's my bow, and it stays there all the time. As you can see, it follows the bow, and it's just like fire wings on it that kind of look like maple leaves, unless that's just me trying to look super deep into it. But it's a really cool permanent effect, and it kind of brings me back and reminds me of those old RPG games where upgrading or enchanting your weapon would like give it an extra bonus effect. It's just a really cool idea that I feel like should be done in every single game, because why not? It's just something so cool, and it rewards players with a little extra something for getting their weapon all the way up to the maximum, as well as it allows them to show off. So yeah, flex on people with it. But yeah, I really like that effect. Something to point out if you guys aren't aware, like I wasn't. Next up, we have the Nudamans or Nutamans earrings. I actually got these on my own, thankfully. It was within the first 10 dungeon runs of doing with the double drop event. I got these on my own, so I'm super grateful for that. Unlike the Verikins, I didn't have to buy this one. Really good earrings. Again, unfortunately, you can't really unlock the socket slots unless you have multiple of them. So that's kind of a waste, because I do have a couple gemstones that are pretty decent. I have Dex 1, another Accuracy +3 one, and another or a bonus attack one as well. So I got these to +3 on my own, as well as the one that is on my ring, I believe. Yeah, I have an Accuracy +3 on my ring. But yeah, so the Nudaman's earrings, really good. I haven't really noticed the 20% health recovery from this item yet. I'm gonna try and keep a closer eye to see if that's not glitched, to make sure it's not glitched. But yeah, Nudaman's earrings, absolute belt. Made this one a couple days ago, actually. My previous belt, I think, is still in my inventory. Yeah, this was my previous belt. Nothing special at all. It was just the first one I ever made, and I only had enough fragments to make one other belt because they're absolutely rare as shit. So yeah, I got pretty lucky with my second ever made belt. Piercing and crit rate, can't complain with that. It's actually pretty nice, if I'm being honest. Next up, we have my Exquisite or exquisite gloves. I got them to plus 11 for the hell of it. I just had so many gloves laying around, and I still do have a shit ton of armor box fragments. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with this one. It gives 5.4% physical piercing, which if you guys look at the chat, maybe someone enchanted one, but a lot of people like to use the class dark gloves, so like Ranger's dark gloves, because those are way easier to create, like craft, and they have a chance to give physical piercing as well. Actually, no. They use the dark gloves because it automatically gives 5.4% piercing, but it doesn't have bonus attributes. So the fact that my glove has 5.4% piercing, which is the same amount as that, plus all the other stats, which are higher than the Ranger's dark gloves, it means I got pretty damn lucky. And I don't have to go using that glove, and I could get a little bit of bonus stats from using my own glove, because this one is a epic tier glove, while the Ranger dark gloves are just a exceptional or rare rank glove. So pretty happy with these gloves. Next is the ring. I crafted this the same time as I crafted my belt. I crafted about 11 rings, and I got this on the 8th or so ring. It's the best one that I got out of the 11. Both stats are pretty helpful because Archer's is, I can't remember what it's called. What is this skill called? Rapid Shot. This is a fire-based skill, if anyone isn't aware. So to have a little bit of extra fire damage along with piercing, it's like, it could have been worse. You know, that could have been like electrical damage or some shit. So I'm pretty happy with this ring. I'm not aware of any ring that's necessarily better than absolute ring, or even one that's coming out. So I decided to go ahead and put an accuracy +3 on this, because I'm not going to be doing any more hard dungeons on my Archer. Like, I'm not in a rush to, because I did the 30 for the week, and I'm going to be focusing on chaos dungeons. So I'm not going to be really getting too many ring fragments. So I figured this is about as best a ring as I'm going to be getting for a long time. So it doesn't hurt to put an extra accuracy gemstone on it. That's my logic behind the ring and why I put the accuracy gemstone on it. I do have another one in my inventory, as you guys saw. So not the worst case. But yeah. So that's my ring. My shoe. Absolutely hate the shoes. I've crafted easily about 35 pairs of shoes, and all of them are absolute ass. Like, all of them are absolute ass. I don't know if you guys have the same luck with shoes, but shoes is easily the hardest thing to get good stats on for me. I think this is like a perfect rolled shoe with 55 health and 10 defense. Probably not, but man, I've been through so many shoes, and the best thing I could get is +2 accuracy. So I mean, I gotta keep it for now. I have a lot more that I can make, and I'm gonna be doing that, but I don't know if it's worth it because chaos raids are coming, and yeah, but we'll see. These don't cost anything to fuse, so I might just try and get a better shoe just for the hell of it. But yeah, now my gear score and my attack are fine. They look really good. They're nice. They're high numbers, but when you actually go into the deep dive of the stats, I'm actually lacking in a lot of areas, which is quite unfortunate, and I'm aware of, and I'm going to be working towards that. My character is at a nice point, and now I just got to kind of sculpt it in terms of bonus attributes. So the first important stat is piercing. Luckily, we could get an extra 4% piercing from this trophy, so make sure you guys put this trophy in your house. Everyone should have it. I don't necessarily remember how you unlock it. It's under the souvenirs tab when you're furnishing. And it gives you 4% piercing for an hour. You can use it constantly over and over, and it persists through death. So even if you die, you'll still have the buff. Super nice little feature in this game, which bumps me up to 6.6%, which is a nice-ish amount. But the fact that I could have more if I had this naturally, you know, I'm just definitely lacking on piercing is what I'm trying to say. Of course, if I had this bow equipped, then it would be a little bit better. I'd have 9.6% piercing, and then I could get a little bit more from some other bonus attributes that I'd work on. But yeah, with this bow, my piercing is pretty low. However, my physical piercing is actually at a really nice number. You only need this, I think, at about 15%. Obviously, the more the better, but 15% is usually all you really need for this. So I'm a little bit overshooting this, and meanwhile my piercing needs work. Accuracy is at 97. It's a pretty healthy number. I want to try and get it up to 100. I know I can easily if I just put the other accuracy gemstone on something. I could have 100 accuracy, which is a really nice number. You pretty much just want accuracy to literally what you think accuracy does. It makes you miss less on bosses, and in chaos raids that's going to be a problem apparently. I haven't ever seen chaos raids being done, so I'm not necessarily sure of the validity of that, but I don't doubt it at all, especially since some bosses in hard dungeons already make you miss like a shit ton once they debuff you or something like that. So when I have at least 100 accuracy as a bowman, I feel like it's my duty to make sure I'm hitting every shot. My critical rate is pretty decent. Of course, I can be bumped up with sharp eyes a shit ton, and also I get a little bit of accuracy from sharp eyes as well. So I'd have 105 with that other accuracy gemstone on. Pretty nice. We also have boss damage. I'm lacking in a shit ton. I really wish I had more boss damage. You want this to be pretty high, I believe about 15%. So I'm only a tenth of the way there. I'm not necessarily too sure on how I could get much more boss. I know I could get it on all my armor pieces, but I'm not going to be doing that because, again, we're going to get legendary equips to fill these slots, and then that's when I'll worry about it a lot. I feel like my plus 15 bow is going to help carry my weak points because it's just a lot of raw damage. So I'm not too worried for now, but I'm just aware that I'm lacking in these stats and these departments. And yeah, I'm excited to work on them because, again, you don't have to pay money in this game, like unlike MS1. You just get to work on things for free. As long as you grind out the dungeons and put in the time, you're good to go. So I do have 3% total bonus damage from my weapon, and then 116% attack speed, which I do want this to be at about 120-125% attack speed. Just because even with 116% attack speed, I don't necessarily run out of spirit too fast. So I wouldn't mind getting some more shots in the meantime, because oftentimes you don't just get to spam on a boss like that, right? You have to dodge around, move around, and in that time your spirit recovers a little bit. So 120% attack speed is probably my ideal spot that I'm going to be trying to go for. All the other stats, if you guys want to see them, you can see them, but I'm not really going to go over them. Next up, I will show you guys my skill build. I haven't looked up a single skill build for archers. I probably should, to be honest, but I just figured I'd go with my own kind of thing. This is what I thought would be best-ish. So this is my skill build. I don't ever use arrow stream unless I'm out of spirit, obviously. And if my screwdriver shot and my arrow storm are on cooldown, then I'll go ahead and use arrow stream. I don't ever use arrow barrage either, even though it's an extremely powerful skill. I'm trying to think of ways that I could incorporate it. It's just that it uses quite a bit of spirit once you're spamming it, so it's kind of hard to use it over what is it, rapid shot, I believe. Yeah, it's kind of hard to use that over rapid shot, but it's a very powerful skill, and I'm definitely curious to see if a lot of other archers use this skill. So if you play archer class, let me know in the comment section right below that like button if you actually use this class or not. I mean, use this skill or not. Next, I obviously max out arrow storm. I absolutely love arrow storm. I just wish they called it arrow rain, to be honest. But I don't know, I guess that would trigger MS1 fans. And then screwdriver shot near max, as well as precision shooter. I was kind of curious if you needed to max this or if you could just leave it at 1 because of the effect that this gives, but I'm pretty sure you do more damage if this is higher. I didn't actually test it. I probably should, because maybe I'm wasting 8 skill points, but I don't know. I feel like you do have to max it, but I'll probably do testing at some point. Have 1 in evasive salvo because of the utility that this skill provides. It's absolutely amazing. This skill is super good, and it really makes the archer class viable in terms of survivability, because you're able to dodge a lot with just 1 backstep, and you can use it in any direction, even you know, the opposite way that you're looking. I'm out of stamina. So it's really good skill. I've been putting all my points into Bronze Eagle, just to get a little more extra dex whenever he comes out, when we get a crit. And then I have this tree pretty much all maxed out for obvious reasons. So yeah, that's my skill build. Next up, we'll go ahead and take a look at my trophies. I see a lot of you guys walking around with 1K plus trophies, and you guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. Kudos to you guys. I actually haven't trophy farmed. I've more just looked at the important trophies that I need. So if you guys go to filter rewards and then you take everything off except for skill points and attribute points, then you'll see all the trophies that actually give skill points and attribute points. But what you also want to do is, because you might have already done it, you want to click the little plus tab and see where the check mark is. wherever that little check mark is the trophy tier that you need to complete to get the skill point. So for here it's the first trophy, etc, etc. Here is the first trophy as well. First trophy again. A lot of them are really early on in the trophy tree or trophy line. I only did these important ones, so to say. I completed every single one of them, so I made sure I have all the free AP and SP that I could possibly get, which helps quite a bit. It gives you quite a nice little boost to your damage, which is why my dex might be higher than some of yours, or it might even be lower if you guys did some things that I'm not aware of yet. But yeah, I'm at 734 trophies. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but honestly, it's a pretty nice amount, and I'm pretty happy with it. Do plan to obviously get up over 800, and then later on at 1,000 when I get the chance. But yeah, that's kind of on the back burner for me. Next, we could go ahead and take a look at my life skills.
I can do this.
I've been doing pretty well with my life skills. I've slacked a couple times here and there, but for the most part, everything is relatively the same. All of my gatherings are plus 10. Should be, well, this one, my mining, actually no, it's not even going to be plus 11 yet. But yeah, all of my gatherings are plus 10, keeping up with all these. Again, I slipped here and there. And then my crafts, this I could easily make to rank 13 right now if I wanted. As you can see, I have a lot of things that I could craft in here. So yeah, I could get this to plus 13 whenever I want. And I didn't do my gathering for the day either, so that's even more resources that I could use to get up to plus 13. Handicraft is already level 13. Pretty good. Can't really craft all these. I can't craft the savagery earrings, for example, because I don't have the gathering level required to do that. Alchemy and cooking, yeah, they're relatively the same, 11 and 12. This one's almost 12. I was mostly focusing on smithing and handicraft, so it kind of shows. And then leisure, interior design is whatever. And then my pet taming is pretty trash as well. After life skills, we could go ahead and take a look at my exploration. It left it at 91% for a couple of days now. I don't know why I don't just finish it and wrap it up and get it out of the way. Might do it later today, to be honest. There's a lot of things here that I just need to fish for. And I have max fishing, so I could easily do that right now. I was thinking of making a video showcasing every single hidden golden treasure chest. So I might do that in the future. Not sure if anybody would want to see that, but it'd probably help those out who are just trying to get, you know, quick and easy, you know, exploration. So that's something I'm thinking about. And then Karkar Island I nearly completed because it was pretty easy. What do I have? I just need to get golden chest here and another golden chest here, I believe, and then we're good to go. So yeah, pretty good with exploration. I wish they added more rewards when they added more exploration stars to get. It'd be nice to get something when you got 100%. If we did get a reward at 100%, guarantee you I would have already finished it. There's some that I can't finish even if I wanted to though, because you need like max level mining. So yeah, but I'd be like 99% to say the least. But yeah, that's my exploration. Pretty happy with it. Should probably finish it, but not in a rush. Next up, we could go ahead and take a look at Dark Descent. Now, unfortunately, I did Dark Descent as soon as the week restarted, so I didn't have my plus 15 bow. But yeah, needless to say, let me actually go into the ranking. I believe ranking is right here. So if we go to ranking for Archer, it'll say that I'm ranked 39, but it actually didn't take my best run. It has my 517k run, when I know for a fact that I got at least like 627k points on my last run. I don't know if it's just me, but my last run doesn't really get recorded. It's the run before that that gets recorded, which is so strange. Let me know in the comment section if that happens to you guys as well. But this is my second last run that I did. My last run actually had 627k points, so I'd be ranked 34 essentially, which is pretty nice. I want to be in top 30, and then obviously I want to be in top 10, which is obviously the goal, because then you get the old fairy belt. And if you guys don't know what the old fairy belt is, it's a really beast. Oh, this person doesn't have it. It's a really beast belt that gives you a shit ton of stats. So having this is going to help a lot. It lasts about a week or a month. and you only get it from being in the top 10 or the top 1 of your class. So definitely with my plus 15 bow, I definitely feel like I could do a lot better than 627k. Even if I get, how much do I need? 900k. I feel like I could definitely do that. Of course, next week there's probably going to be better scores, so I have to anticipate that, but top 10 is essentially the goal. And yeah, pretty excited to do Dark Descent. I really wish we had more attempts per week. 3 per week is so little, and it's so fun to do Dark Descent. I don't know, I just wish we had like at least 7 tries, one try per day kind of thing, but you can use them all at once if you want. And even if we had 7, I'd probably still complain because I just really want to do more than that. Next up, we could just take a quick glance at my inventory. I have a good ancient rune bow here, waiting on the back burner if I need to enhance it or enchant it. I'm not sure if I need one because I have a plus 15 bow, and I don't really think the attack speed one is the best. It's pretty good, but I don't think I need it per se. So I have 3 of my best ones here, and then if we go in my bank, I have a bunch more. If I did want to go ahead and enchant it, of course there's one Merp here just chilling. But if I did want to go and enchant it, then yeah, I had to have a good amount to do so with. Let's just go ahead and claim these while we're here. So yeah, nothing too special in my inventory. I got a lot of outfits. A lot of these are free. I only paid for one of these outfits, which is the Addy Maple stuff. Yeah, so far the game's been really generous with giving us pretty nice looking outfits or cash shop equips. Nothing else really, right? Let's see. I showed you guys the gemstones. Pets. What are these? Yeah.
I know things will turn out fine.
Okay. Nothing too special. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out my fishing album. For a brief moment, I tried getting every single fish in the game, but didn't really try for too long, so to say. I got most of the fish, but there's still a couple I'm missing, like the jailfish. I only tried to get this for like 10 minutes, and then I never tried again. I'm missing a couple more, though. I'm missing the masked Pyrexis and the football fish. I really want to see what this fish looks like. I'm super curious. I know where you get them, but I don't know. I didn't care too much to try. It's not like we get something for completing the fish album, to my knowledge. I could be just talking out of my ass. Pyromander I tried to get for a little bit. Me trying to get this fish actually resulted in me finding a glitch, so to say, in the game. So I'll be sharing that in a future video as well. And then Vile Quill. I believe that's all I didn't get besides the special fish. I probably should try and get some of these special fish, just because it probably would only take like an hour to get most of them. But yeah, so that's my fish album. Got master fishing a long time ago. It's not hard to do with the auto fishing vouchers that we've been getting. So, and then lastly, we could go ahead and take a look at my pet album. Nothing special. I didn't try to get all the pets. I have this pet on my knight. So yeah, I don't know how I don't have this pet yet on this character. Oh, there's 2 different types, Twingo and Twingu. But yeah, most of these pets I had and just dropped them or something. So it's really easy to fill out the pet album in this game, which is pretty nice. You know, I'm sure they'll add more over time. Unfortunately, I don't have any epic pets. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, even though my Veracant is almost level 3. So, without further ado, that seems to be everything. If you guys want to check out my house, it's nothing too fancy, but I do like it. It's good enough for me. There's 3 levels or 3 floors to my house, so feel free to come on by, stop by, and yeah, just don't leave the house a mess if you do come by. So, without further ado, guys, hopefully you guys are, you know, ready for chaos raids. I believe I'm ready for chaos raids, at least on my archer. I'm going to be working on getting my knight up to chaos raid level as well. However, I don't plan to get my rune blader up there. My rune blader is more just to farm hard dungeons during double drop weekend, or double drop week, and try and get some, you know, gear to sell, make a little bit of money, to help, you know, just prepare a little bit more for chaos raids. Still looking at the Kindura pendant situation. But aside from that, I don't really see any upgrades that I'll be making before chaos raids happen. So yeah, should be good. We'll be needing some people, so if you don't have any friends in MapleStory2 for whatever reason, and you are, you know, eligible and strong enough, you have good stats ready for chaos raids, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to, you know, onboard some of you guys. I have about 4 or 5 people who I know are going to be down to chaos raid for sure, so only half the group is about ready. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Stay calm, Maple, continue your quest for epic loot as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Whoa.